Perfect. Now, guys, you should see a Canva presentation. Just let me know if the video, if you can see the Bublup rolls screenshot. Perfect. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about today are what I term as information aggregators. And we're going to go through a little short presentation. Then I'm going to show you how to actually set one up for yourself. So let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to be using a product called Bublup, and we did a Geek Out Friday on this a while back. And I kind of just showed you how to use it to save documents, save images, or save videos. Well, they've improved it over the last year with some really neat features on what they call the roll. And I have shared some Bublup rolls with you inside of the Facebook groups. And what it does is it allows you to gather up all the information, articles, images, videos, even PDFs and Word docs into one place that you can share it. And it makes it really easy to do. And I'm going to show you how it's done. So let's get started with how to make information aggregators. So I looked up the definition. There is no real definition about an information aggregator. So I kind of coined the term here. So let me tell you what they have. A content aggregator website is a site that collects data from other sources across the internet, puts the information in one place where users can access it. Well, I think we can do better with that. And I really appreciate it, and hope y'all do too, is when all the information is in one place and it's good information. So here's my definition. An information aggregator website is a site that collects helpful information. Very important, collects helpful and useful information from other sources across the internet that people are searching for. This is the important part. Why put content in a package if you know the user is not even looking for it, okay? And it puts the information in one place where users can access it. So how do you do this? And I know you can do it with websites. It does take a little bit of time to do it. It's not just simply putting everything together, unless maybe you're using RSS Masher with some really high quality RSS feeds. But again, that does take some time to set up. I wanted to find something that is very quick, that I can embed my content in with the experts. That's the important part, is you want expert information, knowledge that you can share freely, easily, but you also want to be able to put your information. I mean, we're marketers, so we've got to have a link back to our site. That's the whole purpose of being online doing content marketing, okay? So that's my definition, is we want to collect helpful information that people are actually searching for and give it to them in an easy format. So just what makes a great information aggregator? Here's some points that I kind of found that I'm always looking for, and I've tried a whole bunch. I've tried Evernote, Slack, Trello, all these tools. In fact, I still use Trello every single day. I use Slack for information sharing back and forth. I use Evernote. It's clunky, but I use Evernote to do grocery shopping lists. So I have different things for different methods. But what I wanted was, I want to be able to collect it very easily and be able to share it in a format that looks like a website. Well, with Bublup, they've created a role, and they've given you some really easy ways to make it into basically a beautiful looking website. I say beautiful, it's even comparable to booster pages. So we designed booster pages for a specific reason, and that is to get people on the site, to get them scrolling in our infinite scroller, and to click multiple links and leave that page on on the tab and open up new tabs with it. I think we've done it. We've patterned it after Pinterest and several other sites. It's a good looking site. I wanted to find something really easy that you can do yourself to give you the ability to pass good information, because what you're ultimately wanting to do is build know, like, and trust. And this is an easy and very affordable way. So here's my points I was always looking for. An easy way to aggregate content. Evernote, Slack, very easy. Trello, you got to do a couple of clicks to get it in. Bublup is super simple. In fact, I don't have the little magic button that they have, but they have a magic button that floats on the screen that you can actually quickly add it to any folder just by clicking a simple button. Okay. You want a simple site maker. You want it to look like a website whenever you share this information. You want to look professional. And it's even better if you can have your own ad at the bottom. So I'll show you how to do that. Unlimited folders and roles. I don't want to be capped by, if I have a design concept, and in fact, I've got several on SEO and several on content marketing, several different folders, different roles. I have one about SEO tools, SEO hacks, some white hat tactics, I even have a role for Google accepted practices or approved practices. So I have different information in different roles. I don't want to be capped by folders or by limits. I want the fastest way to save links and files. And guys, I think I have found it with Bublup. I want to discover more options, because sometimes I really want the software to go out and gather the information, give it to me, and let me decide what's important, instead of me going to all these different sites trying to find the most important things to put in there. Okay. I want a simple way to share it. Guys, if you can't share the information, why even collect the information? So that's really important. I also want it to be SEO readable. I want Google to find it, scroll it, or find it, score it, and rank it. And it's got to be free or very affordable. I think this is probably should have been up here at the top, but there's so many tools now to aggregate your information that are free. Not only do you need it to be free, but you need it to be practical. You need it to be easy to use both on your phone and on a desktop. And Bublup does both. The thing I really like about Bublup is it integrates in with the major social media. So when you do a sharing function on your phone, both Android or iPhone, you have a little sharing feature. Bublup goes into that sharing feature. And by doing that is you can find a Facebook post or an article that you're reading on your phone, and you want to quickly put it into a folder. You just hit the sharing button, say, put it in that folder. Very similar to some of the other tools out there, but then you can go from the folder and put it into your website or your role, your Bublup role. Okay. So I've done a lot of research over probably a 3-year period, but what really prompted this is we needed a quick way to build target links that were not permanent site links, but they went to an information site. So we're pulling them off of our PBN network, our master network, or out of the master sites that we're doing. And we want to be able to do a permanent anchor text to a target link, so that all the link juice is flowing up to that target link. Well, you also want a high domain authority to kind of help with your backlinking. So that's what we're doing with these Bublup roles. So in addition to all this, I would have to add, intrinsically, it has to have high domain authority. Okay, so let's take a look at an information aggregator website. They are actually curated manually, meaning you find them, you put them in your folder, but you got to have a simple way to doing it. And it's got to be the best of the online information. So I do a lot of websites. I do a lot of, I'm on Facebook a lot. I answer a lot of the support tickets in the Facebook groups, but I don't want to share really mediocre information or even bad information. I want to share good information because it's your time, and I don't want to waste your time with bad information, even on social media. So there's occasionally posts that get posted up there, and I'll see them, or somebody will point them out, and I'll remove them because they just don't add value to your life. So that's what I'm trying to do with this information aggregation websites. Okay. So our recommendation: bubble up and use the role feature, which is included with the free version. And here's the link. And I will put this link, I'll just copy this link here. Normally Wayne is the one doing all this linking for everybody. Let's share this with everyone. Okay. And when you sign in, you get some free credits. I mean, there's a free version and then there's the paid version. And I'll go over near the end kind of why you might want to go to the paid version. I have it, but it's not that expensive. I pay it on an annual basis. I think that's less than $100 or $200 a year. But the pro version gives you the ability to do different branding, different short links, and different ads at the bottom, or links at the bottom. And I'll show you when I go into the roles here. Okay. So we talked about domain authority. What you really want, something that is it's going to carry your information, your expert information. It's going to carry your targeted links also inside of this folder. You really want something that already has a good high domain authority, and you're going to be added as a category and then a post. Okay. So Bublup, this is the Bublup role. So I'm putting it, here's the subdomain. And this is, I think this is SEM right here. Yeah, this is SEM Rush. Here's their authority score. Here's their organic search. Here's the SEM Rush domain rank. So this is SEM Rush for the Bublup. Here is, I think this is Hrefs. So they don't have what they call a Google DA or Moz Score. They have their own Hrefs. So they have a 61 for this particular link that I gave. Well, they're really backing it all the way up to the bublup.com. This is a subdomain. This is the root domain. And then this is the category and then the page. Okay. This right here is the Moz Score. You probably have recognized domain authority. This is actually for Moz. And so they rank the subdomain, the root domain, as domain authority 45. So these are all free domain authority or domain health lookups that you can do. And I did this just right before the call, just to, you know, what I'm about to show you has high domain authority already. Okay. So let's take a look at it. This is my Bublup account. Now I've upgraded my free version to the pro version. And with the pro version, I get I get more data that I can put into each folder. But more importantly, is I have organization, so I can share this out to team members, our VAs, our graphic designer, Wayne. I can share all this out, and then they can help me build these individual folders. So let's go into what does a role look like. Now I'm going to pull up, let's pull up helpful content. Okay, so here's the helpful content folder. These are all considered folders. When I share, I actually put it into the folder. So here's the role, and here's the items in the folder itself. And these are just ones that I have collected over time. And you can see they're all the way up I've got even more in here, I think. Yeah, this is just on helpful content. But on my SEO tools, I've got stuff going back almost probably 3 years on it. And I just simply save. I can go to any page. And in fact, let's go here. And I would just come up to Bublup and save. So I can save this link right here. And it's going to ask me which folder. Okay, it's making some recommendations. So I'm just going to go to browse all folders. And let's just put it under maybe, I think I've got a Geek-Out-Friday. Okay, so I'll save that in Geek-Out-Fridays. So this link, if I'm ever looking for it, I can go to Bublup and go, okay, I know I made a presentation. And of course, I can find it in Canva, but if you've ever seen my Canva, I can just keep scrolling and scrolling. And I mean, this is stuff I just did a few weeks ago, a few months ago. Sometimes it just gets lost in my Canva. I think Canva has new folders now for the Canva Pro, but it's so much easier just to put it in a Bublup folder. Okay, so here's what your folder looks like. You got your roles and you got your items. Then you can come down here and discover more. Okay, this is articles that their AI content, their AI search tool has found that are related to what I'm looking for. So if I wanted to go specifically, I want to find helpful content. They've added this recently. Click Google. Okay, so it's going to bring up everything about helpful content. Now I'm going to come in here and go Google algorithm updates. In fact, let's put the word recent in front of it. And useful. And if I just type in the word helpful content, what it does is it breaks up your words. So this is really not that helpful for me by breaking it up. That's why I want to put it in quotes. But I also might want to do SEO tips. Okay. Now click add. Okay. Now it's going to kind of sort through things that I might like to put into this folder. And helpful content, I'm going to make this the most important. And make this maybe lower, and SEO tips, we'll make that lower. Hit apply. So it's going to try to find more of this than it does these other two items. And if I wanted to, I can go, I'm looking for search engine journal. I always like trusted sources. So I'm going to save this to this folder. And I could just, how helpful was the help? Okay, that's interesting. I want to read that. That's from Moz. That's some good information. And so help or hurt. Okay. Now, if you ever want to write an article, if you ever want to write a short book, this is how I'm preparing for a couple of books that we're going to be writing pretty soon, is I just go out and save a bunch of articles and then I read them. And the same, I do Medium articles, medium.com, Reddit. So I want to aggregate everything into one place. So if I'm ready to write a book or I'm ready to share some information about helpful content, I've got a lot of highly recognized sites in here. Plus I can put my own sites in here. Okay, so here's the role. And we're going to look at what the role looks like. Now, this is what I did was I created a role from there. Now I'm going to come up here and I've added some new content. So I'm just going to come in here and go to more, sync folder to role. Sync role. So it's going to sync the entire new content in there. Okay. So I'm going to just scroll down through here and look at the styling. This is the actual styling that you can choose from. Very, very nice. So at any time I want to come in here, it just goes straight into the article. But look what it did. It leaves this tab up. So just like on booster pages, you can just keep on opening up new tabs and have them all ready to go. Okay. Well, look at that. That is a YouTube video ready to play. Welcome to the video. And that's actually RSS Mashers. So guys, I get excited because I can be up here with the Content Marketing Institute, the Search Engine Journal, and I can have a video in here. I could have a video right here. In fact, I should have an image on here. I've got some Medium articles. So I'm blending my content immediately inside of expert content. Now, I'm not saying my content is expert, although I have spent a lot of time with this issue here. But what I am doing for people, now this is just an image, but it gives you the ability to insert your own content into this expert aggregator website. Now let's go into the role again. Okay. Now, while you're in the role right here, you as the admin of it, you've got a couple options, okay? So I'm going to come in here and go edit live. I can change the theme on this. So I've got the blade theme. I've got 4 different palettes I can choose from. Let's go with the blue. Hit apply. Okay, just change the look and feel of the site. Okay, I'm editing this live. I can even change the colors if I wanted to. I don't want to do that. I could change the fonts. Now, with their themes, they've got some pretty decent fonts. I don't want to change any of that. But the layouts and images, okay, the section layouts. How do I want my images below to appear? In a list, normal, gallery. So let's look at it as a list. So earlier I had it all in pictures. Okay, this is a list format. Come up here and section layout. Let's put it back to student normal. Okay, so you can change the look of this live. And let's go back into layouts. I'll put it back to the way I had it in compact. Okay, that all looks good. And what else can we do? Image sizes. I can do full area, medium. If I do medium, it does that. If I go image size, full area, it doesn't make any changes on that theme. But you can also set it small if you want to do that. Okay. I don't want to set it small, so let's just leave it as it's set there. Okay. But what if we wanted to just change the theme, the overall look of it? Let's go to Cosmo. Let's go to Express. Let's go to Journal. You see how I'm making these changes just on the fly right here? I mean, if you want to get in the mood of Halloween, there you go right there. Okay, sport, vanilla, and we'll go back to blade, kind of like that. Okay, and then once you're done, you just hit apply. Okay, done editing. Now, if you're inside of your role and you want to update it, you can just come in here and go to settings. I think it's actually there's sync command, yeah. So inside the settings is you can have a custom name, and then this is what Bublup gives you. And I don't want that. I wanted a custom your category and a custom domain, and I've set that as main. So you can have different URLs to track where you're actually putting this. So you may have one for Facebook. So this is Facebook helpful content. And then you would share that particular link to Facebook, and you could track the views if you turn on the view counter. So you turn on the view counter and you go into that particular URL, you can see how many views you have. I want a roll cover on the Facebook. So when the roll covers change, it's going to update on Facebook. You can track it with Google Analytics. Here's the beauty: use Google Analytics ID as specified in information preferences, or you can put a separate Google Analytics ID for each one of these. Okay, search engine indexing. I've got that turned on. I think that's available on the free version. I know this is available on both the, I think on the pro version only, but search engine indexing is available on free, I think. A custom logo and footer, absolutely. With the pro version, I have 3 choices I can put in there. So I could put booster pages, I could change it to add display network, and they're all direct links back to those sites. View count, you can disable downloads if you want to do that, but you're making an information site, so why would you disable the ability for people to download it? You can hide the share button. Again, you want it shared. Why would you hide it? Icons for link items. I just turned that off there. Okay. So once you're done with settings, you're good to go. And now I can share this. Facebook, Twitter. In fact, if I put this on Facebook, and I'll just put it into a group, and let's just put it into maybe Geek-Out-Fridays. Bublup roll. Okay. Now, when you share this, you get views. That's the cool thing about it. Okay, so it's heading over there right now. And there we go. Okay. Again, you can go to Twitter, LinkedIn. So this is how you can become an authority in your industry, just by sharing this role that you have curated the content manually and put it into the folder. Okay. Do a little article about, here's some really good SEO tools. And I can come back over here to home, and I could book writing tools. Let's go to, I think I have one on, I'm not going to do crypto, but survivalist tips. Okay. I use this right here as a target link. I want people, I'm accumulating all these, but I can put in this role, this only has four posts in here, but I could drop in individual posts from one of my sites. So just as for instance, as I'm going to go to bushcraft tips, this is one of my master sites. Essential skill for wilderness survival. Good image. We got ads and everything all set up in here. Categories. This is a great little site. So I'm going to take this site and I'm going to save it. And let's go to this and survival skills. Survival. Okay. So I'm going to save it right there. Now I'm going to go to how to make a cordage. I don't know what a cordage is, but I'm going to go ahead and save it again. Save. Now it usually will bring up your last folder to save. So we just put that in there. Native American survival skills. Interesting photo that they put with it. Great articles, great videos, and I've got my ads in here. So I'm going to save this as well to survival. Okay. Now, Let me see if I can show nanobar. Okay, here's the little nanobar right here that I talked about earlier. Basic knots for camping. Come over here. It just makes it real easy to save real quick. Okay, now let's go back to our survivalist tips. And this is what it looked like. Got like 4 articles in here, okay? Now what I'm going to do is go back to the folder itself. I've got all these in here, and I'm going to go sync folder to room. Okay, open roll. Now, look at that, bushcraft tips, bushcraft tips. I've just made my 4 posts right there. I've made them into links in this Bublup role for survivalist. And I did it pretty quickly. Again, I'm going to come over here, edit live, and from experts. Clean it up a little bit. Okay. I'd probably run copy through Jasper, kind of really make it nice in there. And then I'm going to come over here to theme, and let's give it a showcase. And let's put it into maybe a dark. Okay. And then I'm going to come up here to apply, layouts section, put it in my compact format there, and image size is medium. Okay. Now I could put a description in there if I wanted. I'm in the editing mode, but look at this. This looks really clean. I hit done editing, and I have a link right here that I can use as a target link. I can share it socially. So I have just built a high authority domain backlink to all 4 of these pages in my website. I'm giving a moment of silence here. I hope y'all just realize how easy this was. I'm not jerking around with some, fly-by-night, I shouldn't point out, but like SEO autopilot or anything like that. These are high domain authority sites. I hope you realize that when you start with a high domain authority site, you've got a high domain authority backlink. Okay, so I'm mixing my content in with the experts also. Okay, now let's look at some of the better roles that I have. This is helpful content. You saw that I had my own little links embedded in with Neil Patel and everybody else. Okay, this is a handyman services. So I've got a bunch of articles in here about handyman services. Okay, how would you like your article to be inside of one of these helpful content? I mean, one of these informative aggregators? Well, you can. You just simply build your own folder, create a role from it, and let's go to the role itself. And again, if you want to change format, I'm going to go to live edit, and let's do themes, and maybe it's on Express now. Let's see what dark room. It's okay. I'm going to go to Blade. I kind of like that one. Let's change my colors a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Hit apply, layouts, and see what just the gallery looks like. Not enough, to me, it's not enough content. I need text with it. And it's just user preference right there. Section layouts. Let's let's actually see what these floats look like. And they look different on every theme, so you just kind of have to play with it. They're okay. Still, I have a favorite, I guess. That's why you see booster pages. Okay, those look really good. And you can sync straight from here. Okay, done editing. It's ready to share. And I don't see, I think this is some of the, yeah, this right here is actually one of the booster page guys. Is I just threw in, I went into booster pages, followed the links through, and just started dropping them into these, this Bublup campaign. So I'm giving the people in booster pages some bonus links that they didn't even pay for. Hope y'all appreciate that. So this looks really good. I like the layouts. You know, this may be too much real estate up here. You may want to change it around a little bit. Again, go into settings. Just make sure it's, you know, I want to make sure that the search engine indexing is on. My analytics roll covers. I've got a custom domain for it and custom logo and footer. I'm using, okay, I've already got that set up. So let's just go ahead and go out of it. So we've got booster pages. So here's what I like about the custom logos on the bottom. That takes it straight over to our sales page. So I get a sales page link on all these Bublup roles. There's booster pages. There's SEO tips. And I've got some of my own articles in here on SEO tips. Guys, if y'all aren't excited about this, you probably shouldn't be in content marketing. This is just a free way to put some beautiful content together for your customers and give them what they're actually looking for. Good, helpful information articles, and then blend in your own content at any one time. In fact, look at that. I think there's somebody in here on the call that there is their site right there. And it's inside of our first line. Why? That is exciting to me. Now, here's what I probably would do is he probably has a portfolio, first lines, realtor closing gift boxes. Let's see if that's a link. Okay. So he's got a realtor closing gift idea. That is an incredible idea. So I'm gonna, this is on woodworking. Come over here to woodworking. Let's just search it this time. Okay. That's where I want to put it. And I'm going to just hit save there. And let's look at some of his other portfolio. Woodwind. I'm up here to personalized gifting. Guys, if you need a gift for Christmas, and this is an absolutely incredible idea, is to do for parents or for a wedding or anything, to do go out and get a really nice bottle of wine and put it into one of these custom designed wood boxes. Okay, so I'm going to save it. In fact, come over here and hit save. It shows woodworking. And now I come back over here to woodworking. Okay, I've got that one link right there. Let's come up here and go edit live. Go ahead and sync. We've got new content. Now I can say where I want it in here. I'm just going to hit sync. Say okay. And here's another thing that you can do, I believe, is move the item. So I'm going to move it. Let's just kind of separate it a little bit. Close and edit it. Okay. And I can hit refresh and So we just kind of move that around so the images are not the same. I probably should have moved it down further, but this is some great information. You mix it in with some videos and get people in here where they'll come back. They'll bookmark this woodworking because you've got some great articles. This is information aggregation at its best right here. Okay. Let me answer any questions. Y'all want to see any more rolls that I've made? I mean, it's pretty easy to make them. We're going to go in and make one. Let's do investments. I don't know if I have a roll yet. Okay. Here's a brand new one on investments. So I'm going to show you how to make the roll. Really easy to do. Investments. And I don't want to get into searching. I don't want to search up here with Google. I want to have this search for me. For investments. Okay. Now I'm just going to add a couple in here. Let's make it personal finance. Investments. Add. I'll put in here IRA and maybe 401k. Okay, I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller, make this one a little bit larger, make IRA large, make 401k, hit apply. Now it's filtering through all this. So let's take out investments. Apply. And looks like it's doing the filtering on it for me. That's the one it didn't like. So let's get suggested keywords. Okay, here we go. And I'll toss some of these in here. I don't have time to read through them on a live call. Okay, I just want some expert content in here. And let's take out live field and camp and hit apply. Now that's 2018. I probably wouldn't use that. Okay, that's a good one. I want like a diversity of images. That's really what I'm looking for. Here we go. Blockchain. And okay. So I've got a few of them. I've added it. 500 startups. Perfect. Okay. Now I've got content. So let's make a roll. Here's how easy it is. Roll an instant web page. Open roll. Okay. Investments. Best personal. Best investments for long-term growth. Okay. Learn the strategies from investment experts on how to grow a strong diversified portfolio. Okay, just again, I would probably drop this in Jasper, clean it up a little bit. Theme. Remember, we had some options on themes. Let's just drop it in Showcase, but let's do Mint. Okay. Now here's where you put your easy link. Make sure it's easier if you do it right here. Easy link it. Now with the Pro, I've got 3 different brands. So I'm going to go add display network and easy link name. Let's go investments. Investment tips. Okay, that looks good. Hit done. Guys, I did this in 20 seconds. Well, it took me longer to type it. Okay. So everything is set up. I've got these articles in here. Now, what do I like to do? Well, I'm going to come over here to settings first. Manage roles, roll cover. Absolutely. Turn it on. Hit save. Google Analytics. Track. Save. Search engine indexing. Share to roll with search engines. Save. Password protection. Nope. I'm going to share this with everybody. Custom logo in the footer. Well, let's advertise. Use brand for my content. I'm going to use Ad Display Network. Save. Okay. Display view count. Everything else looks really good. Get out of settings. And, you know, I'm partial to the booster page look. So I'm going to go like that. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and sync it one last time. Get done editing. So within a couple of minutes, I have created a brand new website. This is the website right here. Guys, I can't make it any easier for you. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you've seen here and you think you could do this. Yep, I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. And Scott says, all fingers, thumbs up. Yep. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this call. I've given you things that you can do today. You can take action absolutely today. Use that link. Yeah, Scott says, just in time for Christmas marketing. And Scott, I hope that you're using booster pages, because I'm giving freebies away off booster pages. Is if you're using booster pages, I'm pulling the links I'm putting in here. But see how easy it was to go into Scott's site here. And I mean, Scott can do the same thing. Yeah, realtor wood wine box sample. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Woodworking, absolutely. And so we've got his 3 articles already put in there. Now you would probably, like I showed you earlier, maybe just kind of move them around, and you would do that inside of here. And let's go here, edit live, sync. Okay, put it at the top, say okay. Come down here, and I'm going to just kind of break them up a little bit. So I'm going to move. Let's push this maybe down here, right there. And maybe we'll take this one and move that to right here. Okay. Now you can also do some other things in here. Set the key area. In fact, let's do this. Set the key area. I'm going to set it right here. Okay, so it can just kind of readjust your image framing, so where it's more important right here. And move item, use image for roll cover. So if I want to come up here and change, I like that image, so I don't really want to change it, but it's pretty easy to change. Let's make this the roll cover. Okay, look at that. See how easy that was? Make this the roll cover. Okay. And there we go. And when you're done, you can just hit done editing. I think there's a couple other things. Change image. So you can actually change the image of the link if you wanted to. Use image, add jump to. You can add a jump to. You can hide it or you can delete it. Okay. I don't know what that add jump to. Okay. Okay. So, oh, this is kind of neat. Is you can have them, you can change the view. So this could actually cause them to jump to a different section. So what I would do is maybe put some images in here that says, you know, and put a label as look at this in a carousel view. So if they click that, it would change the view on them. So if I hit done editing, okay. Now I'm going to show you, hopefully, well, you can, when you pull these up, you can come over here as the user, and this is what you'll see over here. You won't see settings or source folder or duplicate role, you'll see these. So you can put it into a carousel view. So the user, when they look at it, they can look at it like that. Really, really cool tools. Okay. So showed you how to make a role. Really easy to do, guys. And investments, you saw how I could actually create the folder and have everything done in about 5 to 10 minutes. Yep. Okay, let me answer questions and then we'll close the call today. So thank you. And do you have any questions? Question up here. Yeah, we're recording this. So I try to record all my Geek Out Fridays, but yeah, we've got it recorded. Okay, those questions. Don says, I can see using Bublup to associate auto blog sites with other high authority pages. Yes, yes, that's the whole purpose for it. Now, let me show you something up here is you do have a feed. And what this feed is, it's not your RSS feed. Bublup is suggesting based on the sites that I've gone into, it's suggesting, why don't you add this to the content writing SEO strategies? I don't think so. Maybe top best AI tools and their impacts on content writing. Absolutely. You could review it later. So there's a big folder where you can just review it later, or you can instantly save it to this one right here. Okay, and that's what I want to do. Content writing. And there we go. Oops, I saved it to woodworking. Probably not the best one. That's one I wanted. So I'll go back to woodworking and I can remove it. What is domain rating? 6 ways to boost it. Yep. Now, what Bublup is doing is it's learning what you like. And when you're saving them, it's learning what you're liking, okay? Maybe this is for legal sites. Let's go ahead and put it in there. Perfect. Okay. And just to kind of clean things up, I did put something in woodworking. I noticed. I think I may have gone here to the bottom. Oh, I guess I did put it in the right place. Okay. And I want this as my featured image. Set as folder image for woodworking. Okay, perfect. Okay, guys, that's all I've got today. It looks like we've got, yeah, this is kind of like Leo and Feedly. Yep. Scott asked a good question. Can you add content with RSS feeds? No. This is a manually curated. They may at some point in time allow you to add RSS feeds, but you kind of, to me, you defeat the purpose of information aggregation, which if I go back to my slide here, it's a good question, but I want to keep a very clean an information aggregator website. You're curated manually and should be the best of online information, articles, videos, infographics, and guides. Yeah, Scott asked, how would you actually implement it? I've got a link right here. Where would you put information? I put them in social sites. I put them in as target links on my masternet. You could put them in as a link inside of your own WordPress site. So if you had a, let's say that you had, in fact, let's do this as an example here. I have a legal in here somewhere. type in legal, good search feature up here. I'm going to go to that site. I've got 2 legal sites. Okay, this is a legal site right here. So there's my role. And roles from legal sites. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and sync this site up once it loads. I broke it, I guess. Okay, there we go. Legal sites. So here's what the legal site looks like. You have a link up here. So I would maybe see if I had a better picture, but I'm going to change the look of it anyway. So I'm going to come in, edit live, layouts. This is just what I like, compact, and image sizes, medium. Okay, that all looks good. And let's make this the featured image for the roll cover. Okay, there we go. Done editing. I hit share. They're already telling you, here's where you need to share it. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Copy the shareable link. And I would copy that link and I would make an ad inside of a site just like this. So where this image is here, I would maybe put one best lawyer information and have that link clickable. And when you click on it, it would go to this right here. I mean, it's all you're doing is just sharing a link with that. Let's see what else. Scott says, make a G site out of the role. You would want to put a link inside of your G site pointing to this, or you definitely would want to put your G site in there. This is actually a Zox News theme that we just built. Let's see. Any other question, guys? I'm right at the top of the hour. Value your time, and I want to make sure that we get all the questions answered, but I think I've answered all of them. Yeah, Scott, I think I answered the question is, do they have a page embed code? You would not use a page embed. You would simply do an image, copy an image while you're in here. You could just, do a screen copy of this, best lawyers, or, if you wanted to, just copy this right here so they know it's an aggregation site, and then just put a link behind that image. Let's see. And, I put this in here. You can use it besides anything, but besides marketing. I've got a personal folder where we're putting in images that we share, my wife and I share together. So I've got her linked into this folder on her Bublup account. So if she has some images that she wants to share with me or some videos, then we share inside of a common folder. I think inside of this, I actually have nested folders. So I have wedding photos, honeymoon photos. Hopefully she hasn't put any weird ones in there. But places to visit. So I have bucket list folders in here, quotes. I save quotes all the time. Well, this is one of my newer ones here, but it's given me some quotes that I can put in here. And let's just put quotes. And so anyway, you can, you see how this is written, maybe put some quotes up there. And okay. Very, very easy to do. So think of this in terms of, maybe you could, I don't know if you can replace Evernote, as for a grocery list, but you could certainly do things like that. And I know there is a way on IFTTT and with Alexa that you can save links into Bublup. I haven't fully investigated it, but I know that you can voice link saving or link sharing inside the Bublup. So it may be something to look into. Okay, perfect, guys. Yeah, Scott said, can you grab a gift idea ad from Facebook and place it into a role? Absolutely. I think I've got somewhere in here bookmarks or ads, podcast tools, RSS master swap file, sales swap file, video ad swaps. Okay. So these are some of the video ads I liked from Facebook. So I just saved the link. I went into the actual site. You could say this is from Facebook, Advert Suite, and just save the link. That's what the little nano bar is on the side over here. And you can move this nano bar if you don't like it. You can move it over here, wherever you want. I don't think it goes to the, yeah, it goes to the bottom down here if you want. Really, really cool feature. And you've got a discovery icon that will pull up discovery post. You can show Bublup, go straight into the site, or you can just save it. That's what this little, if you want to get rid of it, you just click that little X right there. Okay. Guys, thank you for joining us on the call today, and hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.